Y'all niggas got me hot. Yeah.
Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Yes, you are now tuned into the Rare Podcast, and of course, I'm your host with the most, NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. And of course, I'm always joined by my lovely co-host. Let's switch it up. Let's start with the broski today.
Hello guys, my name is Jason.
And of course, we're always
You look at that.
You're right.
Okay.
and of course, we're always joined by the madams. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Shona. Hi guys, I'm Ashley.
And today we are joined by a very, very, very special guest. Without further ado, I'm allow you to introduce yourself, tell the people about yourself and what you do.
So my name is Taryn, and I have a discussion events brand called Taryntalks, which focuses on having uncomfortable conversations. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. So what made you like come up with the whole concept of the talks? Because I discovered your talks on like when you're doing Instagram lives during quarantine, and those Instagram lives were like mad insightful because one, we were on quarantine, we're all stuck at home, and we, human connection at that time was long. So just having a platform like yours where people could come up and have conversations was dope to see. But what was the genesis of that? Like what made you say, do you know what, I'm gonna make this platform because these conversations need to be had?
Actually, it's a very personal story, but basically 3 years ago, I went through a really bad breakup with first boyfriend. Stereotypical first heartbreak. The stories on Twitter you read, but I didn't feel comfortable to come out and speak to anyone about it because it was I'm actually upset over a man. Really, is this real? At the young tender age of when you're in uni and stuff, it's am I actually upset about this? I'm pretty sure this is not what people should be upset over. People are dying and whatever. So my friends would try to call me. I wasn't picking up my phone. Was very low, wasn't able to speak to anyone, and my mum came in and was like, you need to speak to someone. If it's not us, we'll book you into therapy. So I highly recommend, off topic, but I highly recommend therapy for everybody. But she was like, you need to be diagnosed to see what it is that you've got, because the amount of hours I was spending in my room alone, curtains closed, it couldn't have just been the breakup. There must be something else that was deeply rooted. So going to therapy, I was diagnosed with general anxiety and low moods. So I spent 10 weeks on a course, sitting with other people that had the same thing as me, discussing stuff. And it was this is so helpful. These are conversations that I don't have with my friends. I couldn't feel comfortable sitting and explaining to my friends how I felt because I didn't feel like they could relate to what I was going through. So after the 10 weeks, I knew that I wanted to do something with people. I always feel like I'm a people person. When it comes to me speaking to people, I feel like people tend to share a lot more than they would with their friends or people they feel comfortable with. It's always something that people have noticed about me. So I said, okay, I'll do something. Podcast didn't feel like it was personal enough. People can tune in and listen, but it's not people talking. You're talking at people. With stuff like social media, again, you're talking at people. It's an online persona. You can talk however you want, have a burner account, and no one knows who you are. So I thought I need to do something in person where people can actually sit and feel like they can speak and not be judged or be recorded on Snap and taken the piss out of and whatever. So that's how I sort of knew I wanted to do discussion events. And then the name itself, I didn't know what to call it. And my mum was like, you talk better, so you might as well call it Taryntalks. So I said, oh yeah, there you go, we'll use that. So yeah, that was literally where it came from. It came from a spot of I didn't have anyone to speak to, so I now want to give people a chance to experience what I had through therapy. But I know a lot of people don't want to go through therapy, and people see it as embarrassing, or it's a taboo in the Black community, therapy, you've been to therapy? So yeah, me taking that step, I want to help people then take the little mini step before they want to go to therapy or anything like that.
Touching on therapy, because I think that's a very interesting thing. Was it when you started your therapy? Was therapy even accessible to you, in terms of signing up, or did you find the sign up process easy? And would you recommend some places where people can get started in terms of finding a therapist systems? Was it like NHS? Or was it like
Yeah.
private stuff?
So it was actually through my GP. So
Okay.
I called the GP, said what my symptoms were. I'm just sitting at home. I'm not eating. I'm not drinking. I lost a lot of weight. I used to be like, bigger than this. I just lost loads of weight. So they said, okay, we'll refer you to. It was called Total Wellbeing, and apparently there are quite a few places in England. So they referred me to them, and it was like a telephone. You could go in person, but I didn't feel comfortable going in person. So it was a telephone appointment. They asked you loads of triggering questions about what was your childhood like, what would you say would trigger you, what upsets you, how do you deal with things when you're angry, that sort of stuff. And then they diagnose you through the phone, and then they sort of give you an option of, do you want a one-on-one counselling, face-to-face, video calls, do you want group therapy? And then, yeah, that was just how I did it. But I'm sure there's many other avenues like private. I know somebody that actually pays to go to therapy. I know there's loads of different avenues to go through it. I think the world is your oyster.
Wait, so the one you did, you didn't have to pay?
It was free.
You did.
No, it's through the NHS.
Okay. So when you were doing your lives, were you shocked? Were you taken aback at how like transparent people were in the lives? Because it's quite a daunting thing that you go to somebody. I'm assuming some of the people were your friends, but some people you met for the first time on those lives.
Yeah.
So imagine just going on Instagram Live, you see someone doing the talk. Were you taken aback at how transparent people can be online?
Definitely, because in person, I normally say when people are talking, don't record and that sort of stuff. It is very like data protection, whatever you want to call it. Whereas on live, I was surprised that people were coming on. You know, your Instagram name is popping up, and people are like, "Oh, they're on live," and you're willing to share that with me and everyone else. So I was very surprised, but I guess it's what Taryntalks does.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I feel like stuff like that is very helpful because I feel like it's very easy. Social media, you can paint an image of yourself and say like, oh, everything's okay with me. I'm fine. Even I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But then having a platform like yours where, you know, everything's just stripped back and, you know, people can be real vulnerable and in touch with themselves is very important. So,
To be fair, I think lately with the whole Instagram dump stuff, I think that is a blessing in disguise because people are really posting how they really feel, and like it has a nice picture of you, then you swipe and it's like, I'm really taking my life. Like, do you ever get those as well? So I think Instagram dumps, whoever came up with that trend, round of applause for them, because I think people do post their little memes and stuff in between, and I think people are starting to express themselves a bit more on social media.
Do you see expression on social media? I find it. Do you feel like, because even a platform like yours, there's a line that people always talk about where it's like, are you sharing or are you oversharing? And is there such a thing as like oversharing on social media? Is there certain information out there that, you know, people shouldn't be putting out there because it can get, do you know what I'm saying? Because I understand like venting is venting, but sometimes like, who are you venting to?
I feel like when it's you yourself, that's a personal thing. Like obviously some people, they think that oversharing is one thing. And think it's another thing. I feel like when it's like borderline like for everybody, I feel like when it's about other people, when it's about yourself, you personally say whatever you feel comfortable with. But when you're talking about other people's experience with other people, that's when it's like, okay, you can't really talk on that because at the end of the day, you may know, but you won't know the whole truth. So if you're talking on yourself, then however much you want to share, then that's your business.
Oversharing is really a common thing. Like, I don't want to say that. On Twitter, oversharing is a common thing.
Look at the two differences. But you know what?
I'm sorry, we're talking about oversharing, but you know, oversharing on Twitter is really bad.
Oh, on Twitter, 100%. People doing thread.
They'll be talking about what their auntie be doing in their bedroom and all that stuff. Things that we did not need to know that. And you can't even say, well, it was only for my followers. You're on public, so everybody's gonna see that stuff. So, but I feel like some people are comfortable with oversharing. Honestly, if you want to overshare, because I like to laugh. Especially when they do the threads, and it's detailed. And it's like, wow, this is like a TV show.
You really thought about
it. It was, you know, but what's the French thing with
that was
I get it, but at the same time, it was just like, why do we need to know?
Like you could have just told the people individually.
Tell Nella, tell her, tell us, tell her.
Yeah, some threads really could have been resolved with a quick
Yeah.
I don't like people like that just go straight to the internet. For why? Like, why do you need to
And
tell
the
the
thread
world?
was long.
It was a dissertation.
It was so
it was a
long.
thesis.
I was just like, this is too much.
It's just like the cancel culture. She wanted the girl to be cancelled, didn't it?
But it was just
One
like,
phone
you
call
talking
won't
about
cancel
her
anyone.
oversharing other people's business, but then
And
you're
then
doing this.
Yeah.
It's like it was not
Yeah.
clicking. But it's like the cancel culture even is a true thing. I've deeped it. I feel bad for being a part of it last year. You know when I used to troll people and I wanted to get anyone.
You used to troll people.
But at least I don't go out my way to cancel people like because remember Sabrina Claudio, how we had to cancel her because she did it. Like,
Is she cancelled?
that's
Is
not
anybody
the
really
thing.
cancelled?
No.
I don't think anybody could be. Honestly, I feel like everybody.
The only person
Certain
who
people
are
actually. Yeah, certain people.
No, but
like that.
people still listen to him though. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
but Germany
Like,
step in the name of
we-
love
we
TikToks
still-
I'm seeing recently, fam.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, but listen, his
But-
music is traveling.
That's your FYP. My FYP keeps that man off.
Yeah, fair enough. Even with Travis Scott, he's not going to be cancelled anytime.
I don't. He
I wasn't
ain't.
even saying I was going to talk about this today. but-
Yeah, no, oh, sorry,
Travis
sorry.
Scott, I just want actually.
Even me, I personally haven't cancelled him, but
Thing.
yeah.
I mean, I never
What, you
listened. So
cancelled
it's
him?
not really a. I've never listened to him.
Oh,
That's not really my.
see, I've been rocking from Travis
I feel
from.
like
so
I
I
actually don't listen
yeah.
to him either, so.
I can't cancel him because I don't listen in the first place.
You know-
Astroworld album had me.
Fam, all his
Yeah.
album from when he dropped Hell of a Night back on SoundCloud and Kylie Jenner posted it in 2015 on her video. Wow, that was a good time when I found him.
Like, yeah, like I do agree that some things at the concert were a bit.
No, they did.
Some things were a bit. But-
then,
But then at the end of the day,
Yeah.
is it his fault or is it everyone around him?
I
Because like the artist has
Mixture.
a certain responsibility to the fans, like in the concert, but beforehand, that's not his job. His job is to turn up and sing. Or
And it's
rap
the
or
venue
whatever.
people who do it. Like when we look at Yam Carnival, Wireless, all them stuff, it's like them venue people are there beforehand and they're prepping everything to make
And
sure
why
that
they
people
allow
can fit
kids
in.
there, I have no idea.
And
Like, there's a little 9-year-old in a coma.
Do you know what
Yeah.
people
There's
were
like-
saying? People were
there's a
saying
9-year-old
that.
child.
Like,
But it's a concert, isn't it? Like,
That was
He was on
9,
his
10.
dad's shoulders.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the dad got trampled on and he got like,
Dashed,
you know,
yeah.
and he's in a coma.
So
the
I've never
hell?
seen children
Like,
that young
At
festivals
a
like that.
festival, that is crazy.
and
Well, that's very.
Well, personally, me, I've never seen that. Because people are saying apparently that happens all the time, but I don't know.
Where-
Mosh pits.
maybe,
No,
maybe
no,
it's an
no,
American
no,
thing.
I don't know where that happened.
Apparently that happens.
No, it happens because I remember even seeing a random video of like a kid even though it was a contained event, like an Eminem concert, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Eminem put it out. I was like, your dad's fucked up for bringing you here, but you're here now.
Even when I was younger, my mum took me to do you remember LL Cool J?
Yeah.
I went to that concert and I was.
Okay.
So I think parents do take their kids for the experience, innit? But you don't
Travis?
expect to
Do you know what I mean?
use your
Travis,
life.
That's
Mr.
He's a
Mosh
rock
Pit.
star,
Yeah,
like.
this
He's
the,
like,
like,
them lot are
open that
Yeah.
shit.
It's scary, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you see them
Them
concerts,
mosh pits
I don't want to
are
be there. All of them raging, pushing into you, and
Yeah.
it's like some of us are just them type of people that like don't push me.
Yeah.
Right, it's alright.
But
Calm
have you
down.
seen the TikTok with like the frequency of the music that was playing beforehand? There's like certain frequencies in music that can install like fear and anxiety in you, and the music that was playing was like it was no lyrics, just noise.
That's why
Like
people are saying the whole like demonic.
yeah,
Conspiracy
yeah.
theory, you know.
People are saying the frequency in the music is off and whatever.
It's true.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't blame Travis. Listen, Travis is not responsible for the organization of the event because I heard that tickets for that event sold out 3 times. So they sold out once, they re-released more tickets, and they released more tickets. So it's like if the event's already at capacity,
Yeah.
why are you releasing more tickets for people to come? Because I understand that it's mosh pit culture and people are trampled, but the way people were like sandwiched together, it was scary.
Yeah.
People couldn't even breathe.
That's horrible.
Literally. And it was like, and then just the accounts from the people that were there saying that, oh my God, it felt like hell.
It felt like hell, yeah.
I'm like,
And he did tweet if you don't have a ticket, come through anyway. So
yeah.
yeah, but he deleted the tweet now. But he tweeted and was like, if you don't have a ticket, come through. That's why people were busting down the gate. Like even on stage, he said it's not a mosh pit if nobody gets injured. So
You're defending.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bit.
he can be held a little bit accountable.
No, that's
but-
the thing. I say that he's
That's what I'm
partly to
saying,
blame because even when they told him when he was made aware, him and Drake were made aware of it, they still decided to perform after.
Yeah.
So like he's partly to blame for it.
He is.
But-
Obviously, the whole like people actually like the deaths and like the organization of the event. Yeah, that's not his fault. But when you know
you know
do
something
better.
bad has happened.
So if you're there, say you can see like
But the thing is,
people say that you can see what's going on, like the vibe in the audience.
There's a video of guys being lifted past him and he's just still performing. Like
apparently the crowd was so packed here that paramedics couldn't get through.
Yeah, there was even people
jumping on the
carts.
ambulance.
Yeah. That's just mad. But I won't go on to say that I'm going to cancel him, but I'm just going to hold him.
I'm not going to none of his concerts. That's
he
what
should.
He just needs to not concert.
I don't think anyone will take him in.
As well. So it's like he is trying to step forward.
I don't think any venues will take him.
That's just,
you think? I say give it 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Give it
a few months.
Yeah.
No,
Give it a few months.
I'd say probably like the earliest probably be like next summer.
But 2022
I don't know, you know.
summer.
Yeah.
The earliest that people would be like, can we maybe?
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
Or after his child's born, once he retires from rockstar to family man.
Because
they'll bring him back.
He's already baby father.
He's been werewolf.
And plus, you see at Travis Scott concerts, there were hella. I can imagine not of them man were intoxicated. Not just with alcohol.
Jaws was swinging that night, man.
Like pupils dilated.
Was it like a security guard? He got injected with a needle.
I heard that.
Did
Yeah.
you see that?
No, I heard
I
that.
saw that on Twitter.
That's mad.
People were getting
Injected with
spiked
a
on.
needle. People
Spike.
getting spiked. Yeah.
It's happening now in England, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's scary.
Man.
That's actually
Be careful
so
in these festivals, man. But nah, man, it's a scary time. What do you not think to the conspiracy theories?
I ain't looking at that. This ain't 2009. We're not doing Illuminati time.
I can't lie, me, I was scrolling on TikTok till 3 in the morning.
TikTok is a scary place because they going way deeper.
Rabbit hole.
Like back then, all they used to do was just rewind the song and play it backwards. But these ones,
You can hear
they be
Somebody said like some of the imagery on the title.
the iron.
When I saw demonic, I said, I'm not reading that. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I can't.
yeah.
Can't.
See, I
My
love all
spirit, I
that,
can't allow
man.
that stuff
I
to
love
be in
all
it.
that.
But people were saying that it was a sacrificing ground.
Yeah.
It looked like
I've
it
heard
though.
that, I've heard
All the
that.
fire, but I'm not trying to look too into that. Please.
Yeah, man.
But the people that saying sacrifices on it, I don't think it's that.
Do you know what?
But I can't talk too much.
Yeah.
Would I bet my
Sacrifices are
mortgage
good.
that? Would I bet money that he was like no? But in the back of my mind, I'm like,
I get it.
If it came out to be true, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised with Hollywood.
it's a bit spooky.
After that list got dropped last year.
It's a bit spooky out here because I remember.
That was a scary time.
Because I remember when obviously
Beyonce.
nothing happened that
Or
day.
probably Beyonce like that. Shit.
Now, my queen.
Don't put on that list.
It's a sacrifice.
Back on,
Jay-Z.
back on YouTube, we were there for that. We were all there for
They
that.
were even
I
showing it in
remember,
church.
yeah, when they were rewinding songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but not gonna lie, yeah. Illuminati 2000, that time, I like that type of music. We need to bring it back.
You know who
Must have
was,
bring
the
them-
main culprit was Lady Gaga. She was.
Hey.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga was my goat. Sorry.
She was in.
That was.
No, but she was
The
at
Beyonce
her
that she was
peak,
doing.
though.
I'm a diva.
It was Beyonce. What was
Single ladies. That was the video that everybody switched.
Oh, where she
It
was
was really
doing.
into dark.
Dream.
Oh yeah.
Was that
yeah.
one?
Where she was floating.
Yeah.
It was Rihanna Umbrella.
Yes.
On
And
this town tonight.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Daisy on to the next one. I remember that video getting analysed to death.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's true.
Man said bring conspiracy theories back.
I reckon it's
But
still
no
here,
one spoke
but
about. No
people don't
celebrity
care.
spoke about it though back then. But now they're all free to speak about it.
Yeah, I feel like they just don't want the smoke. They just don't want.
Because back
Yeah,
then
they don't want to smoke from Lucifer. You would die.
Right there.
what?
Not the conspiracy theory.
What? Okay, but I believe Michael Jackson was you know,
You
I
think
feel
he
like he
was-
was about to expose them because I
Yeah,
used to
I
read it a
heard
lot.
that as well.
I feel like he was
I
about to
heard
expose
that.
them. That's why he said this is it. Is in the title.
And they
This is
said,
it.
yeah.
So he was
even,
gonna expose
I
them.
was
So they
watching
killed him.
the documentary I put on Twitter. The day before he died, he was calling up his managers like, I'm trying to give you this. Like my life is like near the end, blah blah blah. And the next day he died.
Exactly.
Right.
Even Marlon Marone, her cheeks were getting clapped by both of the president, JFK and her brother. And I knew she knew a lot of things about them too. So that's why she said that she was going to expose the alien thing on what they do, secret circumstances, all of that. And next day she got killed. Apparently she had a overdose, but a JFK's brother came that day of her death, and they had a little discussion.
Even our sweetheart, Princess Diana.
Hey,
That one day.
yeah,
Elizabeth. Lilibet.
I
That was.
Lilibet.
Because I ain't trying to say too much, but
Just
remember,
please, just in case.
in the
So in case
documentary.
anything happens to us, what's this video?
No, it's
Yes.
This is all
Last
speculation.
scene.
You
Because-
don't know nothing.
No,
It's
but
opinion,
it
not
was in the
facts.
documentary. The documentary said when she found out that Madame was in a car crash, she said somebody must have greased the tracks. Why is that the first thing you say? Instead of, oh wow, a car crash. Not somebody must
Or
have
even to cry, like dead.
She didn't love her. She didn't give a
didn't. She
damn.
didn't.
I mean, only the one that just passed, that old one. Oh, what's his
Who
name?
just Philip?
The one that was on
Edward.
1%.
No.
Philip.
1%. Stop it.
The old
No,
man.
it's Philip.
He liked her though, yeah, he liked her.
Yeah, he was lovely.
Listen, I wasn't the one who said it, but I agree with that person that said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the
No,
one who said it.
he's been on the brink, man.
Yeah.
He's been on the brink.
No,
One
I
sneeze.
can't even lie.
He's
They
so
bust
gone.
out some machines from because he looked Walking Deadish, fam. Like he looks very mad, fam.
I don't want to
You
get to
know,
that
it
age of oldness.
Absolutely.
That's-
I want to
Please
be
don't.
peace, no, but I've seen
No, but we're-
good 90.
yeah, so
we-
like,
we
90
ain't gonna
shit.
crack
Because you know black don't crack. So
Yeah, like that woman, one of the women, Cecily Tyson.
Oh
yeah, she got to
yeah.
she was.
She looked like she was like, let's say 70 something. I didn't know she was older than
70,
that.
80, yeah, she was a whole 90, 95 or something.
Good skin.
Oh,
I'm saying.
sis was good, man.
That's why. That's why.
Does it?
Remember them tweets and it said, well, 3 more months and we would have got a public holiday.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's
Them
why,
tweets
that's why
that
the other
day-
day there was
That
a,
day
there was a
when it
thing where
happened.
like the Queen may have gone into hospital. People were like, no, this.
Resurrect!
Stay alive.
Resurrect!
We're not doing this.
Wake
We're having
up.
your jubilee.
Wake up. I said
for
get
2 bank holidays. Okay. You
Oh
better be
my
alive.
gosh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, she better stay awake.
She best.
Oh my lord.
Plug yourself into something. You gotta be awake to that.
Trust me. The access they have to things.
But that day when it happened, no, the day of the what do you call it, of the interview with Megan, that night was fun. Yeah,
Crazy.
people were turning their accounts into like white people and just say, "Oh, you blackies," and that stuff.
No.
Oh wow.
That was you. Listen, and Euros as well. That was you, fam.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Rose?
The Euros.
And then I started beefing Vapianos too.
Oh, yeah.
The Fabiano City.
They didn't let me win that thing, so I told them, "Don't ever join this challenge. Your food is anyway." Yeah. Then they said, "Oh, it's not that deep." Then they said, "Oh, we would have given him a job." I was like, "I did not want a job 17."
I thought they would have offered you free food, not a job.
As
You know what I
in,
mean?
And that bit rude.
Why am I saying cleaning tables?
busking
their food
tables.
ain't even nice.
Really?
Their food ain't nice.
Never been.
Vapianos,
Oh,
no.
I haven't been in quite a
I
while,
mean,
but
one in England at
Never
all.
been, man.
There's some people that swear by Vapiano.
It's for TikTok, man. They lie for clout, man. All of these restaurant people on TikTok can't lie, bro.
It's pasta. at the end of- Like obviously pasta's lovely, but
I could
they
cook
make
at
it in
home,
front
though.
of you, innit? You say, can I have a bit of this,
Yeah,
bit of
yeah,
that? So
yeah.
Even bring your Maggie cubes yourself. Just,
I was about to say like the seasonings.
salt,
Cause-
pepper, bit of chili oil.
exactly.
100%.
That's all there is to offer.
I know I put in the GC, but have you seen a video of an auntie
God.
beefing a girl in a
Oh
chicken
my
shop?
days.
Yeah, I know
my
her
days.
older sister. I know of her older sister.
Do you know the reason behind it?
No, wasn't it something like the woman was just getting involved in the younger girl's conversation?
Yeah, that was
and then
it.
it was like, I'm your elder, so it doesn't matter. Like,
But
Whoa.
that's the thing. Who
That
asked you
culture
to
right there.
you
even
don't have
open your
to,
mouth?
yeah.
Aunt so
It needs to die.
And that's the thing. A lot of parents back in the day even allowed it as well for other aunties and uncles to
slap
punish your own
you.
child and beat
Yeah,
them and
yeah.
that stuff. Thank God my parents did it. 'Cause-
I think that's more of a back home thing, no?
yeah.
So what do you like? Because obviously there's a discourse online. Some people are saying, "Listen, auntie was bugging. Why are you getting involved?" And other people are like, "Listen,
Respect your
understand aunt,
elders."
respect your elders thing." And so where's the line?
It's not going to be respect your elders because one, that was even a conversation to even start opening your mouth. You were just
Yeah,
eavesdropping.
she was eavesdropping,
And then
got
two,
involved.
you don't need to be demanding respect. You was putting your hands in her face, all that rubbish because you think that you're above her.
Yeah.
And then
She even slapped her first.
Yeah, then she was getting upset when she called her a fool. Because you're acting like a fool. But no, that triggered her. I don't know why.
And the thing is, I don't even believe in respect your elders. I'm so sorry. Like my kids, they will not know the respect who respects you. I'm not just gonna give you respect because you're older than me. For why?
Yeah, it's
What
true.
that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm so sorry.
Because they
I
can
respect
treat
you
us.
if you respect me.
Because they treat us anyhow. I think they can get
I
respect.
think they can get
still.
away with it. Like, there's some of the things that I've heard from these old people.
Mm.
I'm sorry. If you were on the street, we would scrap.
No.
Flog them on
If
the
you were my
highway.
age, we would scrap. Okay, because
Rolling up on these aunties.
it's
and
just not
uncles,
on.
man.
But because you're older, I have to. Respect.
I think it's just tradition and culture. They're trying to bring it here, innit? But we're too westernized
You
for
can
that.
get prosecuted for that rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you think you're gonna be slapping children and you think you're gonna get away with
Strangers.
it
That's a
in this
stranger.
UK?
Never.
You'll
They do that
full
though.
cells.
Yeah, my mum used to say, because I'm from the Caribbean, but she said if she got into trouble at school, if the neighbours found out, you get licks from them too before you get home. I heard you were messing up at school. Come before your mum gets you. Let me get you as well. But there's no need. Like,
Yeah. But to play devil's advocate, I agree with you. Look, play devil's advocate. But them lot would be like, but that's why our generation is so wayward because we lack.
Have you
proper
seen?
teachings,
No, but have
lack
you
the
seen
proper-
their generation?
fear.
Them aunties and uncles that be sleeping around and that rubbish. They are wayward themselves.
What the hell are you lot in relationships with? Your man doesn't love you.
Your sister is
You're
your own
sleeping in
baby
separate
father.
beds. You're sleeping in
That's so
separate beds.
true.
Okay?
Oh my god, that's
But
so
we're the ones
true.
that are wayward.
Like you're in a hotel. Separate beds like you're in a hotel. What's that rubbish?
Sorry, if I
But
speak
we're
up, I
wayward
will
because
get in trouble.
we respect ourselves.
yeah.
Is
I
that-
think their generation is respect out of fear, whereas ours is just respect.
Out of
Like, that's it.
respect.
Demanding respect with hot breaths and everything.
Oh,
I don't like these
Jesus,
people.
she's Lord
I
Jehovah.
can't lie, yeah, you don't change my mind. I kind of was agreeing with the auntie at first.
Really?
No.
Give us
That
your
was so
initial
right.
point. But before this conversation, what was you thinking?
Do you know it's just like me. I can never imagine talking to an older like that. That was just me personally, because either way, it was bare rude. Innit? I don't know. Maybe
I get what you
neither. I don't know, actually.
I hate you.
Both of them have no manners. Yeah,
I think it's
because
the
really and
tone.
truly, I don't give a damn. I mean, I have too much respect for. Even if you don't give it to me first, I just have naturally respect for people, innit? And it's just like, for her to first talk to someone like that, older than you, you're super brave. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Just me personally. I'd just walk away. If someone asks talking to me, I'm like, I can't like mind your own business or.
But what if she touched you?
If she
Yeah,
touched
has
me, then
been
cool. But at first, they were arguing back.
Yeah, at first it was a back and
When-
forth.
when-
I would
when-
have just taken my
when-
chicken and chip and
It's
gone.
like arguing, shouting on each other. When you keep shouting, because aggression with aggression just makes more aggression. Therefore, you're gonna get to a point where it's like, fuck talking and slap.
Yeah.
That's why both of them in that sense were in the wrong. But obviously, when you not start talking about like, I didn't say like, it's unfortunately, yeah, elders went through way more than we went through. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, they're doing learnt behavior, so just bring it on what they learned to us. And as much as I know it's hard for them to get out of it, and we can't 100% keep blaming them as well. I only say this because if you want to talk about like mental health and that stuff, yeah, they have clearly have deep mental health issues that no one has ever uncovered. Therefore, we can't 100% always put the blame on them if we can't take responsibility for like just the whole mental health thing. So to a degree, I feel for her because clearly she wasn't taught anything else. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, with the new culture, we're going with generation. Don't put your hand on people's kids. That's I can't lie to you. If my daughter told me that an auntie put her hand on my daughter, I'm coming for you.
Scraps.
Like, I'm gonna bring people on you because you're dumb.
I'm calling immigration.
Catch these hands.
But they both need to learn to just
Wow.
walk away because
No,
that
but I
was
hear you about.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
get
I would
that.
ever like go toe to toe with an auntie like that. Like maybe if you caught me on the wrong day, calm. But normally I'd just be like,
Just walk away.
just walk
Yeah,
away. 'Cause
yeah.
I don't think you would get to that point. But on the bad day, you could catch these hands.
Because please tell me how a girl who's I don't know how old she is, but she's like
She looks
around year
young.
9.
She's in a school uniform.
How are you feeling that brave talks to someone like that? I don't give a damn how they talk to you. Like, it was just mad.
I get there was
either
other
way.
people in the shop. Maybe it was like a
That's what I mean. as
Ego.
well.
yeah,
Because her friends were
like
recording
a
it as
peacock
well.
feathers.
Do you know what I mean? I feel
yeah.
But then
That's
again,
not
we
an
didn't
old
see
person.
the beginning of
That's
it.
why
so-
I
build
didn't
up.
want to say
Yeah.
anything because who knows what was happening? Who knows what was being said?
Yeah.
Who knows who got? That's why I was like, you know what?
And she might have already put her hands
Do you know
on
what I
her.
mean?
But I know what triggered auntie. You see when you call especially African aunties a
A
fool.
fool.
Because
Oh,
apparently,
that's what
whoever
triggered.
says
That's
you're
it.
a fool, I was going straight to hell. Apparently,
Yeah,
That's what
Wait,
yeah.
whoever
Apparently,
says
if,
you're
like, if you
so if you
like,
call somebody a fool, you're going hell.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
In the Bible.
Yes, even in the not necessarily the hell, but in the Bible, it's like you don't.
It's a
like,
massive curse.
That's like
You don't ever
the worst
say
thing you
that
can call
rubbish.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
He's a
wouldn't
fool,
the
don't call
girl
him that.
didn't go to hell because she said it?
But yeah, the auntie.
that's what
Right,
I was trying to.
I'll
But
be
yeah, the
okay.
auntie. Probably that's why the auntie was angry.
Yeah, that's what the auntie was
Yeah.
saying. You're calling me a fool.
But I have
Yeah.
flew. You're calling me a fool.
No, I can't. I saw the
Are you
chips-
seeing this?
The chips flew the air.
No, when it's through the air, I said no.
chips. The link with me was like, yeah, it was
No.
scrap. But
No, she's actually embarrassing for that. I'm so sorry, you're a grown woman.
yeah, no.
You know what? Though?
In
They,
the
they
chicken
went
shit
hungry
shop.
though. How you letting food fly on the floor?
As it, I'll be so
I was
angry.
upset for them.
Imagine for a second she was just holding my food and she was just taking a little bit of it and it's on the floor now. I'm jumping in too.
Yeah. Nah, are you mad?
Hands thrown.
You know them chips after school taste so good.
Oh,
sometimes.
favorite
So for you to throw it out my hand, oh.
Using chips for
Highly
150?
disrespectful.
See, I can't lie. That's another reason why I wouldn't argue with the auntie. I have food in my hand. I actually want to
It's
go.
true.
I respect
I'm trying to
myself.
eat my
No,
food.
but
That's
I'll
what
put it to the side
I
at
can't
least.
lie,
I mean,
though. Come on, a lot of people are getting brave. I know it's a completely different context, completely different. But remember the video we talked about last year with Auntie Boots, where
Oh,
my
she
man-
came to say, I'm fucking your man.
Yeah,
That was the
no. Even though the context is completely different,
But-
it's like man, people are getting brave.
People
to
are
be
getting
like
brave.
this.
No, but that was actually needed because
Yeah.
DP, you're an auntie in my house, and then you have the audacity to open your legs to my father when you're
Oh,
best friends with
remember
my
what I said
mom.
last time? Pick up your breast.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like we said last time, but sending your daughter on
No.
a mission
On an assassin.
Yeah, that was
on the
Yeah,
that
side
was
of
silly.
that
to
was
beef
ba-
your,
that was-
you come and
But-
beef your
But
friend.
you never know. The daughter might have been
The would
actually
just said, nah,
angry.
I'm
It's
on
true,
it.
but I don't care who it is or what happened. If something happened with my parents, I'm not going to buck the lady and say, how
Especially at her workplace.
Do you know
why?
what's funny? Do you know?
I
Do you know
I
the
don't have the
video?
time, nor the energy, nor the care.
You know the video after where the mum was
Yeah, the mum was gassed though. I was like,
If you saw the
yeah,
comment
she was
tweet,
proud.
people were so
Proud.
rude. They said that video when he cheated. That was what a lot of the comments were saying.
Yeah, nah, man, I can't even like. You see, like I said, you see these things on social media.
That
it's
is
permanent,
wild.
man.
Twitter is not a safe space.
Like,
It's
like
not.
the video of
It's
the
not
girl where she put the TikTok and then she was crying because they broke up. And
Oh,
I'm
please.
No, no,
Please.
you see,
So was
it's
it
like-
Violet Davis tears?
No, in this
That,
life,
was, that was some serious.
sometimes yeah,
Wet tears.
understand. Like we spoke about the importance of venting and you know.
And then the next one, she was crying in the car because
Oh yeah, she's on 12.
I'll show you.
But the tears are on her chest.
was-
Like,
She's like,
The tears on her.
yeah, like,
wet.
She
No,
was-
no.
like she was crying.
Boys.
Nah, but
And she
Posted it on
and now she's a
Twitter.
meme.
Now
I
she's
saved
a
it
meme.
3 times.
Sweet. How'd you post that stuff? You might be
Oversharing.
TikTok.
So I said I tweeted.
TikTok.
Find
shame.
find
No, in
shame.
this life, shame is free. You know.
Nah,
Shame is
it's
free.
Because 0p.
No, because I understand, you know, talking about, you know, breakups and that. Fair enough, but you,
But to bust that
no. My problem is, so you're crying, yeah, and your first reaction is
And
to do
you're
this.
filming it.
You know what? Not gonna lie. Yeah.
And you edited it in the video and said, yeah, this is what I'm going to post.
Okay, I won't post it, but sometimes it is nice to like take
No.
pictures of
You
yourself
do it.
crying.
yeah.
I really hate that so much.
They want to see how you look when you're crying.
No. That's like when YouTubers cry. I'm just like, you edited
Oh,
this.
No,
That's
okay,
so
I wouldn't
funny.
post it. I'll hate it myself.
Remember
but-
James?
Yeah.
Let's say yourself
remember
cry, it's
James
funny.
Charles- It was James Charles when he did that apology video.
Oh.
He woke up, somebody said he didn't even brush his teeth to this video. He just went straight at it and he started crying. And then
Edit it.
I know. And then somebody else said, another influencer said, I will never be that type of person to come on the camera and cry.
And cry.
'Cause that
Cry
don't
on
make
camera.
sense.
What is that?
Because you have to edit it as
it-
well.
you know-
Yeah, that one there.
I wouldn't
Edit
even
it.
Depends
edit
on
it,
the
no.
context,
Edit it,
did it?
no.
For me,
Okay, yeah.
context is very specific, but
But
like,
them apology.
no, I just did that. You know, if you got cancelled and you're crying, you're a chief and you're a dickhead in life. Because why? You knew what you
No, but
did.
there's a difference between like I'm talking about something and I'm getting emotional. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
let me just come back
Yeah,
one
but it's
second.
like-
But the whole
no,
video-
it's- you allow the
me.
tears to flow. Even the
I'm here
snot
just-
bubbles are bubbling now. Like it don't
Ew.
make sense, bro.
And you'll just be just swallow that salt water, you nasty. On camera.
You know when you're crying so much you can't get a sentence out, fam. Nah,
real?
man, lie that, man.
You know your throat is so dry and you don't even drink water. When you cry is disgusting, like.
And take 2, do another one. That's how it is, bro.
That's sad.
Ah,
I think it's just for the scandal, innit? Because I think, as people say, bad publicity is still publicity. Like, obviously, I thought I shouldn't say. You know, Miss. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
I don't have time for the smoke, honestly. But,
I hear it.
Next one.
but it's the publicity, you know?
Yeah.
Regardless of how many people are getting onto it, people still go to the salon, people still put money in their pocket, people still watch
I
her
don't know how
stats,
people
people watch her
even
And
do
that
YouTube.
other girl, huh?
Wait, what?
The one, the 30-year-old.
Oh,
Ah,
God.
Wait, who's...
That grown
Don't
woman.
say
Rory.
her- Don't say her
No.
name.
Miss
Rory.
Goods.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rory.
She needs to sit down.
Rory.
Miss
And
Good,
get
Tion Wayne.
Oh,
Yeah.
She needs to sit down and get a grip.
it's
Do you know
enough
what it
now.
A serious
It's enough,
good.
It's enough.
No, but it's what it is. It's spiritual
But
bondage.
it's a publicity.
It's bondage.
I think for Halloween.
No, it's
Yeah,
bondage.
yeah.
What kind of
Her and her sidekick.
But do you know what's funny? Do you know what's
Batman and
funny?
Robin. I
don't
Is
think
that
she
she's the
cares
same
about
person that
him.
was saying something about how, why do you guys always post his name under my comments every time I post?
Oh, yeah.
But you're always
You're always
talking about him. You're always doing stuff about him. You're always just involving yourself with him. I'm like, I understand what he did was wrong, but it's like, come on, it's been a year
too
now,
much.
and you're acting like you don't
And I
want it.
remember speaking of people crying in cars. I remember the video she made
Yeah,
about him.
yeah,
I remember the moment
No,
where
sorry.
I realized he
It's the
didn't
tweet
love
that I
me.
keep remember, man.
It's just
tweet
the
was funny.
publicity.
Wait, how long ago was it? It wasn't that long ago.
No,
Last year?
I feel like it was like a year.
Remember
or
last
two.
year, bad boy. Piece of, what else was said?
Information.
Even to make the tune.
That's stuff. I'm so sorry. It's so hilarious.
No. Deep is in America.
At this point, he's probably laughing at her.
I
Nah,
would be
man,
too.
I'd be annoyed,
laughing.
fam.
Yeah.
Like, why is my look? Do you know
You're
the
still talking.
no? But you know the level of bondage, yeah, you have to be in, yeah, for you on Halloween to just surpass me.
See, I don't think she actually has bondage with him. I think it's just the stunt publicity. I
Yeah.
think it's a publicity stunt because she does it when people aren't talking about her. When
And
it's
we've seen
something
a lot
else,
of
Yeah,
it's,
people like
oh,
that.
let me do this one. Yeah.
But
But she's mad, though.
I think she needs help.
But
She
she's
does.
mad.
I think she actually needs help.
Because besides that, it's like the chilling with young girls, like doing smash and pass with them.
Yeah.
children.
Oh, that was
Like,
outrageous.
Making videos with them. It's
That
just
was
like,
it was in Travel Lodge. In
and then you're
Travel
doing
Lodge.
sexual positions with an 18.
Yeah. But
you're
outrageous.
30.
And would you like me? Do you have a crush on me?
You're
Really?
Oh, I remember one of the members of the show. She was like, "Oh, he's kind of sexy, and I'd love to lip sync, but he was young.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I know you're talking
He's
about.
younger. He was younger than
He's
us.
young, yeah.
He was
Yeah,
like
he was
20,
young.
21.
He's like, oh,
18.
he's like, oh, I know you see, just look at him, he's very sexy. I'm like, you sexy him? Allow it, man.
That's mad.
Was that on that group video with her in the college? I mean, uni.
It
Nah,
was
this is
it was
another
a
time.
big publication.
Okay.
Can't say
She
names.
said a lot of these things a lot of
Chat.
times, didn't it?
We don't want the smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, nasty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's just sad.
Nah, man.
Y'all niggas got me hot.